Hello everyone, welcome again. Thank you so much for joining us on our 4,000 square foot container home build. So today Ian is going to be teaching you about and showing you how he put in the insulated concrete forms. Hope you enjoy.
So we've got Josh out today. He works with Aaron. He's the guy that works with their company that lays out everything with lasers and GPS. And we've got all these steel beams in the house. There's like really no tolerances. It's not like when you build a stick frame house and you can make up for a ½ inch here or there by just moving a wall over or moving a stud over. We've got up to 40-foot I-beams and everything has to line up just the way it's supposed to line up. Aaron and I were both a little nervous on how this concrete pad was going to lay on top of these forms. So Aaron talked to Josh, who works with them, and Josh was so kind to come up and use his skills to lay everything out with the robot, they call it, and GPS, I believe, and Wi-Fi and all that. He's going to lay that out on these concrete forms so that we know exactly where that slab goes. So he's going to lay out all the corners of all the walls. That way there's no guesswork for us, and we know the exact dimensions that the engineer laid all that stuff out on the drawings. So we've got an absolute gorgeous Saturday morning here in Minnesota. I'm going to give you guys a tour of the actual slab and what Josh is doing right now. This guy can even read instructions.
Fake it till we make it.
Everybody, this is Josh. He's the smartest guy I know.
No, not necessarily. Competition is not quite fierce.
So here's Josh's, what they call their robot, or I think that's what he called it. But this is the handy machine that's shooting all the points, shooting all of our corner points. He just said that Aaron and I did a great job on the concrete. He said we're within a quarter of an inch up and down, so we poured it pretty darn level. So for my first time running one of those pump trucks, and well, Aaron's experience, so actually I really didn't do anything except what I was told, so I can't take any credit for that. Today, we are putting in our insulated concrete forms, our ICFs. We have a unique engineering done on our slab where it's 12 inches thick and 24 inches high on the side on the edge of the slab. And so that's going to be the same pour as the actual slab itself. It's all going to be poured in one. With the lumber prices the way they are, just to form up out of 1x material for the footing was about $1,200. And with the slab, you need to use 2x material, which will basically double the cost. So I thought, why not use these insulated concrete forms? We are going to be using rebar in this, number 4 rebar, and then the spray foam. There's a can of spray foam, and that's what basically glues it down to the slab and fills in any gaps. I also got a call from the welding fabricator that's doing all of our structural steel beams, and he says they're all done, they're all ready to go. The way this is designed and engineered is that once these beams come on site, this is basically going to be like an erector set. Everything just bolts together. There's supposed to be no on-site welding, so it'll be fun to see that go up, and I think that should go up within a couple of days the way it sounds. So, but what we're going to do is we are going to get to these insulated concrete forms. Wish us luck. We'll do a little time lapse for you to hopefully show that we're moving. So after watching a few of the videos on how to put these blocks in, I kind of engineered a new idea maybe. What I did, I'll show you here on my perimeter wall, where we have a wall that meets another perimeter wall. And so what I did is I lined these up so that I could just cut a section of this out, and then I cut the styrofoam on both sides of this spanner, and I left it in there. I kind of chiseled all of the foam off of it. And now what I do is when I put in the other wall that's coming in from this side, then what I'll do is I'll have that spanner to tie into the other wall and hold that tight. We've got 3 number 4 rebars that run through the bottom of this. It's easy, but it's a little time consuming. It's really not difficult. Where all these walls meet in here, it seems to be that's just taking a little bit of time, as you can see. Now comes my favorite time of the day, and that is Hank's root beer time. We are not sponsored by Hank's. It'd be kind of cool if we were. It's a Philadelphia recipe root beer, and I'm telling you, it's freaking amazing. We're gonna have a little root beer break, and then we're gonna get banging on the rest of this so that we can tack it in with our foam, our spray foam. We can glue it down to the footing. All right, guys, so end of day 1 of doing the ICFs. It probably took a little bit longer than what it should have, but this is the first time using it. But I have to say that, man, working with this stuff it's pretty fun because it's pretty brainless. And now the wife's yelling at the kids. We're trying to get to soccer. We got soccer practice tonight for the kids. So we got the perimeter all put into place on the chalk lines from prior, and once everything was right where we want it, we had all of the forms clipped together except for where the seams go. So every length there's going to be a gap in the middle where we got to put the remainder in. And I thought, well, before I do that and I'm push on stuff, I'll take the spray foam and adhere that down to the footing. And we got basically the whole first course done. Now we just need to create a rim around the very perimeter of it. So basically the majority of it's done. Check you guys later. All right, so as you can see behind me, I am just working on the very top course of the block. What I had to do with these is cut the actual forms in half to give myself another 8 inches. That's total slab height, or the height of the edge of the slab is 2 feet. So the first block is 16 inches, so I have to add another 8 to that to bring me up to my 2 foot. And they do make a piece that is just a side for about the same price. You can buy the whole block and just cut it up yourself. And I actually like that just for the simple fact, I don't know if the blank panels, if they have these brackets in them. Other than that, just getting ready because tomorrow, big day. Tomorrow all the I-beams are gonna come. They've all been prefabricated and cut up and holes drilled in them. Things are starting to happen slowly, but a little quicker at the same time, and it's getting exciting and nerve-wracking. We want to get this thing done, but I want to enjoy it while it lasts too. So have fun.